News 4 at 4 starts now.
Hey everybody, thanks so much for joining us here for Pittsburgh's Action News 4 at 4 o'clock. I'm Kelly Sasso.
And good afternoon, I'm Andrew Stockey. Here's what's happening and what we're working on, beginning with our top 4 stories at 4 o'clock.
You could call this a holiday heist. A man was caught on camera stealing a Latrobe family's Christmas tree. The call's now for the man to turn himself in.
Students hurt in a crash while on their way to school. A bus and an SUV collided this morning in Monroeville. 5 students taken to the hospital, and some nearby say it's a wake-up call that this part of Monroeville Boulevard may need some safety changes.
Also, Luigi Mangione was back in court today. We learned through officer testimony he was potentially planning an escape route in Pittsburgh. He is accused of murdering United Healthcare CEO last year. In today's hearing, his defense team is asking for certain evidence to be thrown out.
And right now, some of the big names involved with the NFL draft are in Pittsburgh for a town hall. They will share what the community needs ahead of the event, hear directly from the NFL, and get an update on planning. Members are addressing reporters even as we speak, and our Sheldon Ingram is there. Look for him to have new information for us in just a few moments. And those are your top 4 stories at 4 o'clock on this Monday afternoon. Time now to check out Pittsburgh's action weather.
Yeah, and weather really another big story as we move through this week. We have meteorologist Brian Hutton Jr. here with us. I know we're circling Wednesday. It is an impact day. We're going to have all sorts of precipitation on Wednesday.
Yeah, Wednesday is messy, not just from the precipitation standpoint, but just kind of how we go about the day. So, yeah, Wednesday's the impact day. We'll watch for a couple of flurries north tomorrow, but Wednesday is the day we are watching as we will start with likely wet snowflakes in the morning. We will transition to raindrops as we head through the morning commute and then the middle part of the day, and then back to snow as we finish up the evening commute and head into the evening. And then that sets the stage for another Arctic blast. That is here through the weekend and into your Steelers Monday. Temperatures are in the 20s pretty much across the board in western Pennsylvania. The airport's at 25, Uniontown, Morgantown at 27. You factor in the wind, though, it feels like we're in the teens across pretty much all of western Pennsylvania. Tomorrow, we should actually break freezing for about the 3rd time this month. We'll be in the 40s on Wednesday for the first time this month. That's closer to where we should be with our impact day. And then, yeah, that big chill that's coming. Our coldest day of the next week is your Steelers Monday with a balmy high of 23.
Boy, I can't wait to get out there. Can you?
Yeah, I mean, we were talking, this whole next weekend is going to be really cold, right?
Yeah, not only are our highs in the 20s, our lows will be in the teens, potentially single digits on Monday morning.
Wow.
Well, hey, welcome Miami.
Yeah.
That might be an advantage, actually.
We have got the advantage. We have it. I'm calling it out. Okay, Brian, thanks so much. We'll see you here in just a little bit. Okay, let's get more now on one of your top 4 stories at 4 o'clock today. A man caught on camera stealing a family's Christmas tree right off their porch. It happened last Friday night in Latrobe in the middle of the night. Latrobe police are now looking into the person responsible, saying they will identify him if he's caught.
The owner of that tree spoke with Pittsburgh's Action News 4 a bit earlier today. Westmoreland Bureau reporter Ed Diorio joining us live now with their reaction and message for this real-life Grinch. Ed, what do they have to say?
Well, Andrew, as you can imagine, they were stunned. Not just because they had their Christmas tree taken right off their front porch in the middle of the night and they're the Cindy Lou Who in this situation, but also because they're getting a lot of community interest and support because of what has happened. The Townsend family, they own this video that we're showing you here, the surveillance from their home. And they didn't even realize the tree was gone until later on Saturday afternoon. Jack Townsend, he came home from running errands, and that's when he noticed that the tree was gone. No one else in the neighborhood had anything taken, and the family has since replaced the tree with a spare one that they had. And now Latrobe police are asking for the public's help with identifying this Dr. Seuss character come to life.
There's a lot of hardship in the world right now, and somebody might have really, really needed a tree. But there are better ways to go about it. It was actually the polar bear that was pulled clear across the floor that I realized. And I looked around and realized, yeah, the tree's gone.
Every day. What is the family telling all of the people who have been reaching out to them since this happened?
Kelly, they're telling those people to direct their donations. If they can give them to the family, they can give them to the Westmoreland Food Bank. They have the tree, another tree to put on the porch, as I mentioned, so they want any sort of money that can be given to go to the food bank. And that's a cause that's close to the Townsend family, and I'll tell you why in the full report coming up at 5 o'clock. Covering Westmoreland County in Latrobe, Ed Diorio, Pittsburgh's Action News 4.
Ed, thank you. New on 4, a former 911 coordinator in Somerset County pleads guilty to child molestation charges. We first told you about the charges against Bradley Lavin more than 2 years ago. Prosecutors say he groomed 5 children who were between the ages of 3 and 6. Lavin pled guilty today to call charges against him.
Just a short time ago, Allegheny County Police released a mugshot for the former teacher accused of paying 2 boys to engage in sexual activity. Sean Dicer was a teacher in the Highlands School District. This afternoon, detectives are also reaching out to the public because they say they got information that there may be more victims. Anyone with information is being asked to contact the tip line at 1-833-ALL-TIPS. And covering Allegheny County this afternoon, a crash involving a school bus and a flipped SUV. You saw this as breaking news earlier today. Now we're learning several of the students had to be checked out by paramedics.
Pittsburgh's Action News 4 reporter Carlos Flores joins us now with what we're learning from Monroeville.
A scary situation unfolded right here in Monroeville after an SUV and a school bus collided right here at the intersection of Monroeville Boulevard and the entrance to the Target, sending 5 kids to the hospital. According to Monroeville police, an SUV and a school bus collided at this intersection at around 8:30 in the morning, sending 3 adults and 5 students to the hospital. Sierra Linhart and Renee Gaynor says they saw the aftermath of the crash.
I saw the lady when she was still in her SUV before she climbed out the sunroof. She was in there like banging on the windshield trying to get out.
It was scary because I'm waiting on a school bus as well for my son, so that's not something I want to see in the morning.
Police say everyone was taken to the hospital with non-life-threatening injuries, but Gaynor and Linhart both say this particular intersection has caused trouble in the past.
I'm not sure if it's the lights. I know that yield sign is up there. Maybe it should be a stop sign. There's just a lot happening at that intersection.
This road has a lot of kids getting picked up every morning, so it was definitely a wake-up call on how some things might need to change on this street.
The crash is now under investigation. We will continue to follow this story and update you right here and online on WTAE.com. Right now, covering Allegheny County in Monroeville, Carlos Flores, Pittsburgh's Action News 4.
Now, we did receive a statement from a Gateway School District representative who says the students involved did not sustain any significant injuries and adds this, quote, "We extend our sincere thanks to first responders for their swift action, which ensured the safety and well-being of everyone involved."
Glad the kids are okay. All right, now to a developing story out of Westmoreland County. A man was shot and killed at the Elks Lodge in New Kensington over the weekend. The district attorney's office says the victim in Saturday morning's shooting on 3rd Avenue is a 46-year-old. His death is being investigated as a homicide, and police are currently reviewing surveillance video to try to identify a suspect.
We're learning more about the man police say threatened to scale the fence at the FBI's Southside office. Pittsburgh police say they found Dylan Farrer outside the fence yesterday afternoon. Initially, police suspected he had broken in, but eventually discovered he only threatened to climb the fence. Police say when they tried to arrest him, he resisted and then kicked one officer in the face. Farrer is charged with resisting arrest and aggravated assault.
The man accused of murdering United Healthcare CEO last year was back in court today for a 4th day. Luigi Mangione's defense team is attempting to get some key evidence thrown out of his state murder case.
An officer who searched Mangione's backpack taking the stand today, testifying what she found during his arrest at an Altoona McDonald's. ABC's Rena Roy with the very latest.
Accused CEO killer Luigi Mangione once again in New York State's Supreme Court for week 2 of a high-stakes hearing in his state murder case that will decide what evidence a jury can see when the trial begins. Today, Mangione coming face-to-face with the officers who arrested him this time last year at that McDonald's in Altoona, Pennsylvania. Prosecutors calling police officer Christy Wasser to the stand, who testified that she searched Mangione's backpack when he was arrested and removed a pocket knife and a loaf of bread. Moments later, she said she found a fully loaded magazine wrapped in underwear, noting the bag was heavy and that she was concerned a bomb could be inside.
The weight of the bag, the belief that there was a bomb inside, those are going to be arguments that the prosecution is going to push for to say this is why they did not need a warrant. There was an emergency or exigent circumstance.
Defense attorneys argue because no search warrant was used at that time, that evidence should be thrown out, including the 3D printed gun and notebook with Mangione's alleged writings that were found in a further search of the bag about 15 minutes later. Wasser said she also discovered a slip of paper with alleged escape routes from Pittsburgh, which is about an hour-and-a-half drive from Altoona. She said she also found a phone in a Faraday bag, which is designed to hide a phone's signal. Prosecutors asking Wasser, did any of your supervisors say stop, go get a search warrant? She responded no.
What's going to happen is going to be an argument between what was said and what was done, and the judge will decide, whether or not to suppress those items.
Prosecutors argue that all evidence was collected lawfully. Mangione has pleaded not guilty to all charges against him. Rena Roy, ABC News, New York.
I just wish people would be friendlier driving. It took me forever to try to get into the lane because people just kept cutting me off.
Yeah, it was a pretty frustrating morning for drivers in Brentwood. A water main break last night left northbound Route 51 down to just one lane. And as you heard there, many drivers say it was really difficult to get through. Pittsburgh's Action News 4 was there while crews were making repairs this morning. The good news for drivers, it is fully reopened now. The water service was restored by about 9 o'clock this morning. This